Jenna, yay! Thanks for joining. Perfect timing. All right, let's jump into it. And anyone else that hops on can meet us in the flow. Hello, hello. I see two more friends hopping on. Let's get started today in child's pose. So just take it nice and easy. Bring the knees wide. Keep the big toes pressing together. Tiny bit of activation there in the feet just to keep them glued together, nothing more. Walk the hands forward toward the front edge of your mat so that your chest and your forehead just sink down onto the floor. You can close the eyes here, just a couple moments to get settled in, kind of let ourselves fall into a peaceful place. Start deepening the breath. Use the breath to create that peace. See if you can wiggle your fingertips another 2 inches forward while keeping your palm rooted down on your heels. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. Take a full release. Just sigh it out. Again, just like that. Big breath in, a little deeper. And then a full sigh of relief. Full sigh out. So this time on your breath in, walk your hands over to the right edge of your mat. Let your left hand just casually press on top of your right. And start to press the chest toward the left side of the room. So you'll feel a little deeper stretch across the left side of the body. Just let your forehead stay down on the mat. Take a breath in. Just relax into it on your breath out. On your inhale, start to walk your hands all the way over to the left. This time your right hand stays on top of the left hand or the left wrist, wherever is accessible, and then send your breath into the right side body. Try to open up deep in that stretch all the way from your hip through the right pinky. One more breath in. And a big full breath out. Take the inhale to come back to center. Your exhales to sink as deeply into your child's pose as you can. And then on your inhale, just start to come right up into your tabletop pose. So your shoulders pull up over the wrists, hips up over the knees. Take a few circles with the shoulders over top the wrists, one direction. Switch directions, again, just little circles, chest moving, shoulders over your wrists. All right, settle back into stillness. We'll take 2 rounds of our cat-cows. We know and love the cat-cows. On your inhale, drop the belly down. Press into the palms to pull the heart forward. Gaze up with your eyes. And then exhale as your cat pose. Press into the palms. Expand between your shoulder blades. Stretch out the back. Inhale as your cow pose again. A little deeper. Try to press the belly a little further down. And then on your exhale, curl and round the spine toward the ceiling. Get tall through the back. On your inhale, nice flat spine, neutral tabletop. Tighten your core so you feel the back muscles start to strengthen and stabilize. Tuck your toes under. Take one more breath in. And then on your exhales, down dog, shoot your hips up and back. Start to walk out the dog. So we're warming up the legs here. Bending and straightening. Can go fast or slow or take no movement at all. And come into stillness. Heels are in line. They don't have to be pressing down onto the floor. Welcome a big or a little bend in your knees. Again, it's early. We have plenty of time to stretch out our hamstrings here. Try to press your sits bones straight up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Reach your right heel up to the sky. Flex your foot. On your exhale, bend the knee. Fan your hip open. Again, our early hip opener, let your heel just drop toward your seat here. Your right knee tries to point up to the ceiling. And then on your next breath in, straighten the legs, square off your hips. Exhale, nice and slow. Plant your right foot between your hands so we find a low lunge. We're not here long. Don't even stress about your stacking. Just start to kind of press back and forth. Using the movement early in the practice help us loosen up. Come into stillness, come up onto your fingertips if you're not already there. Start to straighten into your right leg. It doesn't have to go fully straight. Keep your left heel lifted up really high like you're wearing a stiletto on your back foot. The chest melts as far down as you can over the right leg. We're in a pyramid modification. Take a breath in. Bend back into your right knee on the breath out, low lunge. On your inhale, look to the top of your mat. And then on your exhale, just jump your left foot to meet the right. Take a forward fold at the top of your space. Again, welcome the bend in the knees through all of these early poses or all the poses throughout the whole class. Take a breath in, lift up halfway, press the palms into your shins. Get nice and long from the sacrum through the neck. Take another inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Nice bend in the knees as you inhale, roll all the way up to stand high mountain pose, reach tall, stand tall. Stay for an extra inhale, root down through your heels. And on your exhale, drop your right arm, reach up and over with the left. Quick side stretch, inhale, reach up through center. On your exhale, take it to the other side, making a half moon to the left. Inhale, get tall, high mountain. Cactus, the arms, palms face forward, start to pull the elbows together behind you. You'll feel the heart open and expand. Next inhale is high mountain, last time. On your exhale, swan dive down, let the upper half fall asleep over the legs. So heel toe your feet, hip width distance, maybe a little wider. We'll take a quick ragdoll pose. Nice bend in the knees so that you feel your rib cage or your belly gently grazing the top of your thighs. Grab opposite elbows with the hands. Sway side to side, bob up and down. Use that motion to get nice and long and loose through the spine. Take one more breath where you are. Release the bind, fingertips down to the floor on your exhale. Your feet can stay right where they are. Inhale is a half lift, lengthen out through the back. On your exhale, plant your palms, stepper, hop to a high plank and hold. Not here too long. Not doing our long holds like last week. You can thank me for that later. Stay tight through the belly. Take one breath in. And then super slowly come all the way down to your belly. Elbows graze the rib cage as you lower. Always trying to come down in one flat movement. Maybe the knees drop down as an aid. So hands, palms down, right on the floor between the elbows and the shoulders. We'll take a cobra pose to start. So on your inhale, lift up the chest, try to roll the shoulders up and then right back down the spine like you're trying to press your shoulder blades into your back pockets here. Hips press down, toes press down, hold here. You know, really activating and warming up our spinal muscles. Take one more breath in and then release your forehead to the floor on your breath out. So round two, you can take another cobra or press right up into full upward facing dog. So on your inhale, cobra or up dog extending through the elbows, pressing so hard onto your feet that the thighs lift. Wherever you are, cobra or up dog, take an extra breath in. And then on your exhale, we're gonna meet in down dog. So pressing right back into it from up dog or lifting through a plank and then meeting in down dog. So a couple flows in there today. You guys can play around with them. I know most of you are familiar, but we'll still run through it. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left heel to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, fan your hip open, nice and wide, but keep your chest square down with your mat. So the weight is equal underneath your palms. Next breath in, re-extend your legs, square off the hips, and then exhale, step your left foot between the hands, low lunge. So sometimes that transition requires a couple of extra steps, but here's where we meet. Again, not focusing too much on our alignment as we're just warming up, kind of pulse forward and back to sink a little deeper into your lunge. Find stillness here, come up onto your fingertips, start to straighten into the left leg. Keep your right heel lifted nice and tall, heels just over your toes. Breathe here. Chest is trying to melt down toward your left thigh. One more breath in. And then bend back into your left leg on your exhale. Look to the top of your space. And then jump your right foot to meet the left. Again, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale is a half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, get loose. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, high mountain pose. Again, just moving quickly here. Drop your right arm, reach up and over with the left side stretch, take it deeper. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left, again, a little deeper. Come up through center, high mountain pose. Cactus your arms, little back bend here. Try to lift the chest up and then pull it back. Elbows squeeze together behind you. Inhales, high mountain. Swan dive to the floor on your exhale. Inhales, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, stepper, hop back to your high plank. Take the inhale here to tighten up the body. On your exhale, take you halfway down, low plank. Inhales your heart opener, cobra or up dog, fully extending the elbows. And then exhale, we meet in downward facing dog, any way you'd like to get there. Stay here for a breath in. Full breath out, release, relax. Now starting to jump into our flow. On your inhale, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, plant your right foot between your hands, low lunge. So from here, we're gonna spiral right up and open into warrior two. So as you sweep your arms up, let your left heel drop to the floor. Press into the knife edge of that foot. Arms open wide, fingertips are pulling in opposite directions to get as long as you can through the wingspan. Take a couple of breaths here. We're gonna take a nice deep warrior two. You can start to bend and straighten into your right leg, and this will help you get a deeper and deeper angle through that lunge. Try and stand tall and wide. All right, look forward, find stillness. Again, your deepest lunge here. Flip your right palm to the sky. Inhales, reverse warrior. Just the breath in. Exhale, back to warrior two. So, two options here. One, you can go right into your extended side angle variation that you know and love, or you can get a little funky with it. Your right hand, spiral your right thumb to point down toward the floor. Bend your arm, press your right hand, back of your hand into your low back. Start to lean forward, forward, forward. Try to hook your right elbow inside your right knee. It's gonna feel really awkward. Left fingertips shoot to the sky. So you're using this pressure, kind of hook of your elbow to open up wider through the right hip. This feels really uncomfortable or inaccessible, just take a classic wide arms, open, extended side angle. Breathe here wherever you are. Try to look up, challenge the balance ever so slightly. And then carefully on your inhale, come back up, warrior two, sink back into your lunge on your exhale. And then again, inhale, reverse your warrior. This time, if you want, bend your right arm so your palm takes the back of your head. And then you can kind of let the weight of your head fall into the palm, add a little extra stretch through the right shoulder. Take one more breath in, whatever variation you're in is great. On your exhale, come out of it, cartwheel the hands to the floor, step back, high plank. Take a flow here if you'd like, clean the slate, or just meet us right back in our downward facing dog. So we'll stay here for a nice free breath so we can all meet in our down dog. Little movement if you like, wiggle out the hips. And we're gonna take it on our left side. So when you're ready, kick your left heel to the sky, nice and high as you can. Exhale with control, plant your left foot between your hands, low lunge. So on the inhale, spin right up and open into your warrior two. Right heel lands on the floor as you lift the chest. Arms open wide. Couple moments here again, sink into it really deep. Maybe you widen your stance more than you have before. Let yourself grow big and strong in this pose. It's a warrior pose, right? Strength pose. All right, when you feel settled in, you feel a little fire in the left quad, flip your left palm to the sky. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, back to warrior two. All right, so again, two options. Take a classic variation extended side angle, or rotate your left thumb to point down into the floor. Bend the elbow, press the back of your left hand into your low back. Lean forward, 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 hook the left elbow inside your left thigh, and then reach your right fingertips up to the sky. So again, you'll feel the elbow really deepening and opening up your left hip. A lot of hip openers today, it's gonna feel great. Whatever variation you're in, try to look up for the inhale. Stay as deep as you are on the exhale. Nice and slow on the inhale. Come back up, warrior two. Re-deepen, if I can say that, into your lunge. And then flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Again, option, bend the elbow. Let your head fall into the left palm. Using that weight to take it a tiny bit deeper. One more breath in. The exhale takes you down into your low lunge. Step back to your high plank. You can take a flow here. Any kind of flow. Or just press right into down dog. That's a flow too. It still counts. All right, meeting in down dog. Stay for the breath in. Find a nice stretch with the breath out. Try to press your armpits down toward the floor to open up your chest and your shoulders. All right, pressing into the palms, press into your left foot. Inhale, kick your right heel up to the sky, nice and high. Exhale, low lunge, plant your foot between your hands. So take a second this time. Find your stacking right knee over ankle. Take a bend in your left knee so your left knee is an inch off the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, the arms. We're a double bent leg high lunge. And now straighten into that back leg. Classic high lunge variation. Press the palms together above your head. Try to pull the thumbs back toward the nape of your neck. Maybe a little back bend here. Pressing your head into the forearms, lifting the chest. Little balance challenge. All right, release back to your high lunge. Now we're going to get ready for a big balance challenge. Bring your hands heart center. Start to lean and hinge forward. Kick all the weight into your right leg, airplane pose. We're here for one full breath in, one full breath out. Nice and slow. Inhale, staff pose. Lift the chest, pull your left knee up with you as you rise. A lot of balance here, bear with me. Flexing your left foot, open up the left knee to the side. Take your left hand, press it onto the inner left thigh to help open it up a little deeper. Right arm reaches out to the side for balance. Inhale back to center, staff pose. Cross left ankle, over the right knee. Wide arm figure four. So keep your arms wide like airplane wings to help balance. Start to sink down, down, down. Weight comes into the right heel, just like you're sitting in a chair. Legs crossed, we're gonna relax. Maybe you kind of swan dive, dip the chest down toward the shin for an extra challenge. If you fall, meet us here. Inhale, slowly back up to staff pose. Again, I know this is a lot on your right leg, but we're gonna give it a break here in a second. Palms come heart center, press the palms together, be active there. Slow transition right back into airplane. Kick your left heel right up behind you. All right, we did this transition last week. We're gonna slowly open up into half moon. So the chest and the hips start to peel open toward the left side. Can open the arms wide, right fingertips to the floor. This is our last balance pose. Take one breath in, that's a hard transition. On your exhale, warrior two. Carefully drop your left heel back of the mat. Star pose. You can kind of shake the hips out here a little bit. A little shimmy of the hips. All right, parallel the feet, knife edges of your feet parallel with the short edges of the mat. Bring the arms wide to open the chest, take a breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower to a wide leg forward fold. And then lift up halfway, fingertips underneath your shoulders. We're just gonna take a little deeper stretch here. So your right knee, drop it down to the floor. And then you'll start to scoot your left foot long, long, long. It's a half middle split. Right leg is in frog, 90-degree bend through the right leg. Keep your right foot flexed. Left foot is flexed, and we scooch that foot toward the back of the mat. This is a big hip opener. Support yourself on your hands or on your forearms. Using the arms is going to help to control the amount of weight we're letting sink into the hips here. If it feels too deep, you can take it right back out into that wide leg fold. We'll stay for one full breath in. Full breath out. All right, no graceful way to come out of this. Start to shimmy and scoot your way back into that wide leg forward fold. Take a breath in, nice long flat back. Exhale, let the chest melt down toward the middle of the legs. Just the breath out. And then on your inhale again, lift the chest. As you exhale, walk the hands forward. We'll meet in our low lunge. Plant the palms. On your inhale, shoot your right heel up and back. Three-legged dog. Last balance challenge on this side of our flow. Press into your right palm. Press into your left foot. See if you can lift your left arm up by your hips for a big down dog balance challenge. Flying your left fingertips to the sky. And then drop everything back into down dog. If you tried that balance, nice job. It's really tricky. But the more we try it, the closer we come to that pose clicking. All right, let's go ahead and jump right back into our other side while we're still really active and warm. On your inhale, kick your left heel to the sky. Exhale, plant your foot between your thumbs, low lunge. Okay, so take just a second, stack left knee over ankle. Start to bend your right knee so it comes to a hover about an inch off the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. And as you exhale, straighten through the right leg, high lunge pose. Try to pull the right hip forward. Palms come together above the head. This felt okay on the other side. Start to bend the elbows so the thumbs pop down toward the back of the neck. You can challenge your balance with a little back bend. Trying to lift the heart to the sky. All right, let's release back to high lunge pose. Arms apart. Palms come heart center, about to jump into our balance sequence. Start to hinge forward, kick all the weight into your left leg. My left leg's feeling really wobbly today, but we're gonna power through it. So right toes, all of them are pointing down toward the mat. Last breath in. Full breath out. Staff pose on your inhale. So coming from airplane up to staff should feel a little release on your left glute. Take a breath in. Flex your right foot. Pull your right knee open out to the side. Take your right hand, help press it onto the inner leg to open the hip. Use your left arm for balance. Inhale back to center, staff pose. Bring the center of gravity together in one line. Start to cross right ankle over your left knee. Bring your arms wide here. Again, airplane arms for balance, and start to sit the weight as low as you can, really maintaining a solid flex through the right foot. Lift up through the ankle on the left. Maybe take that chest dip, trying to dip the chest toward your right shin. Again, little tiny differences in the poses are gonna help us down the road. All right, carefully open back up to staff pose. Hands come heart center. Again, use the palms right at heart center to help bring balance into your core. Airplane pose, nice and slow. Kick your right heel back up behind you. Press the palms together, stay long through the core. Start to open up, half moon. Woo! When you feel like you're gonna fall, let the arms open wide. Use them for balance. Try to rotate your right toes to the sky. Last breath in. And then carefully land warrior two on the breath out. Star pose, hips and chest toward the right side of your mat again. Little shake of the hips side to side to kind of help them open up, lengthen after putting the weight during the balance on the hips. All right, parallel the feet. Knife edges in line with the short edges. Open the arms wide, take a breath in. Super slow on your exhale, swan dive into our wide leg forward fold. So again, just passing through here. On your inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen out through the chest. And this time, on your exhale, drop your left knee to the, I'm trying to remember, yes, left knee bends, frog on the left side. Extend your right leg long. Again, coming into this sort of half middle split. Can take it as low as you'd like. Again, use the hands, the forearms to take a little bit of the weight and pressure off the low body. Both feet are flexed, getting really deep into the hips here. Any bad pain, take it right back into a wide leg forward fold. Let's stay wherever you are for a full breath in. Try to take the pose ever so slightly deeper on the breath out. And then as gracefully as you can, start to wiggle out of the pose. We'll meet in our wide leg forward fold. Hands, fingertips beneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up halfway, nice long spine. Exhale, fold just the breath out, let the upper half relax. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk the hands forward, left leg, low lunge. Last little push here on this side. Plant the palms on your inhale, 3-leg dog, send your left heel to the sky. So, take a second, just try out this balance pose, press into your left hand, your right foot. Maybe start by coming onto your right fingertips. Maybe one finger on the right side. Squeeze the core, try to fly your right arm up alongside your right hip. And then drop everything down. Downward facing dog. Take a second here again, walk it out. Bend and straighten into the legs. Give the legs some love. All right, settling into stillness. Lift up your heels on your inhale, look between your thumbs. Exhale, step or hop your feet to your hands. Take a forward fold, hang loose. Inhale's a half lift, lengthen. Exhale's a fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand, high mountain pose, arms sweep up by your ears. We're passing through our figure 4 again, just to give us a chance to take it a little deeper, maybe take it a step further and try something new. So root down through your right foot, staff pose on the left, pulling your left knee into your chest, flex your left foot really hard. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Bring your arms out wide. Again, start to sit the weight back, back, back. Take it as deep as you can. Maybe the chest. Again, try to drop chest down toward the shin. If that's available, drop your fingertips onto the floor. If that's available, drop your palms onto the floor. Maybe you'll hook your left toes on top of your triceps. Take a little arm balance. Just play around. No stress if that's not there today. One more breath wherever you are. I know it's a long hold. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, staff pose, just passing through on your exhale. Drop your left foot to meet the right. Shake it out. Nice job. All right, high mountain pose. Reach your arms up overhead. Tight, whole tight body. Lift up your heels so you're balancing up on your toes. And then we're just going to come all the way down into a squat. Take it as low as you can. Keep your heels lifted here. Hands come heart center. We're going to add a little twist, just like we would in chair. Take a breath in, sit nice and tall. This is a big balance pose as well. On your exhale, hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. See if you can find that pressure to twist the chest open to the right. We're only here for one breath in. And then on your exhale, drop your hands, drop your heels, come down onto a seat. Extend your legs long in front of you. Give them a little shake. So we have our figure 4 theme today. Cross your left ankle over top the right knee, just like we were when we were standing. So keep flexing through your left foot, and this will protect your left knee and hip as we fold forward. Another option, if you're starting to feel really loose and want to take it deeper, is to bend your knees so that your left knife edge of your foot comes into the hip crease on the right side for a half locust pose, or half lotus. Okay, find your feet, your legs, flex both toes. On your inhale, reach nice and tall through the arms, through the chest, and then on your exhale, melt over your right leg. You don't even have to take a bind. Your hands can just rest on the ground on either side of the right leg, or maybe you wrap around the ankle or the foot. Breathe here, big breath in. See if the chest can melt a little deeper on the exhale. Again, just like that, on your Inhale, feel a lot of space opening through the center cavity. And then as you exhale, take the stretch deeper through that space that we created. All right, release any bind if you have it. Lift up your chest. Bear with me on these figure fours. Bend your right knee in toward your chest. Keep the cross of the left ankle over the knee. See how this feels? This is a really nice stretch. Try to, without using your hands, press the back side of your left knee toward the top of your mat. Just a little active stretch to the left side. All right, keep the legs as they are. Slowly lower down onto your back. We're taking bridge pose, our back bent with the crossed legs. So this feels really weird. You can just plant both feet alongside for our traditional bridge, or just give it a try, see how it feels. You don't have to squeeze your right heel as tightly as you can toward your seat. Have a comfortable few inches between your bum and your heel. Hands rest alongside your hips. Flex your left toes. On your inhale, press into your right heel. Lift your hip bones up to the sky. Shoulders are pressing down. Hold for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good job. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, drop the hips, release the cross of the legs. You can extend the legs long and give them a little shake because they've been bent for a while now. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Back and forth. We're going to meet standing. So you can kind of rock right up into standing pose. Use the hands, crawl up any way you get there. We're going to balance it out on the other side. So final push with our balance, I promise. Telling the truth this time. On your inhale, reach your arms up high, mountain pose. All right, this time our left leg is our tree trunk. Pull your right knee into your chest. Nice and active through your right foot. Cross right ankle over the left leg. Bring your arms out wide into a T. And start to take it as deeply as you can. Again, if you fall out trying to take it deeper, that's great. Jump back in, do the same thing. So here we go. Maybe lower the chest down toward the shin. If you're there, fingertips down to the floor. If you're there, bring the weight forward into the ball mound of the left foot. Plant the palms. Maybe a tiny half second of balance. Wherever you are, one more breath cycle. Stay as deeply as you can on your full exhale. All right, inhale, stop, pose. Just the breath in, and then drop your right foot down. Shake it out. Nice work. Feeling it in the glutes. We have really strong glutes for 2021. All right, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Tight center body, like just a plank with the body. Lift your heels up over your toes. With control, squat low, all the way to the floor. Try to balance with your heels lifted. Squeeze the inner leg line together. This will help you stay compact and make balance easier. Palms come together, heart center. Inhale, sit as tall as you can. Exhale, your right elbow tries to find the outside of your left knee. Press elbow into knee. Open the heart to the left. Take one breath in. And then fully relax on the breath out. Come down onto your seat. Kick your legs out in front of you. Again, give them a little shake, loosen up, loosey-goosey. Seated figure four, right leg crosses over the left. So flex your right foot, flex your left foot. Option for that half lotus, bending deeper, knife edge of the right foot into the hip crease. That's a lot of pressure on the knee. So this is a really great alternative for figure four. Inhale, reach nice and tall. And exhale, take your forward fold. Maybe no bind, hands, forearms can rest on the mat either side of the leg. Just stay active through your feet. Breathe here. Use your exhales as a tool to take your stretch deeper. On your next breath in, lift up the chest. Bend your left knee so your right ankle starts to pull up toward your chest. Your hands are just rooted just behind your seat. Stay here for just a moment without using the hands. Try to press your right knee open a little more, activating that inner hip muscle before we stretch it out in our bridge pose. All right, you can kind of relax through the right hip as you lower down onto your back. We'll take our bridge pose just like before. Keep your legs crossed if that felt all right on the other side. You could actually take this into wheel if you're feeling really crazy. So for bridge pose, hands again, just rest alongside the hips. On the inhale, press into the shoulders, press into the left foot. Hips lift up to the sky. Keep the right knee open to the ceiling. You can kind of press the right side of your right knee down toward the floor to open up your hip. Take one more breath in. And then lower down on your breath out. Release the legs. You can send them long, give them a shake. Bring your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Back and forth a little. We're gonna roll up to our seat, cross the ankles, and press into downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. When you're there, bend and straighten into the legs. See how the legs feel. They should feel way looser than when we started our class today. We've opened up our hips a crazy amount. We're gonna take one more hip opener, the one that we know and love, half pigeon. On your inhale, kick your right heel up to the sky. And then on your exhale, pull forward, your right knee plants behind the right wrist. So we're aiming to pull our shin parallel with the top of the mat, but don't force it there, right? It's gonna take time. That's why we have a continuous practice. Take a peek over your shoulder, look back at your left toes. You want the top of your left foot pressing down, toes pointed behind you. Before we lower into our relaxed half pigeon, pop up onto your fingertips. Try to lift the chest really high. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, hinge forward. Just tap your nose or your forehead on the mat. And then inhale, lift back up. Just one more sneaky challenge here. If that felt easy, try to lift up your palms. Again, bend forward, tap your nose, your forehead. Lift back up. And then now drop your palms down, start to walk the hands forward into our relaxed passive stretch. You can always use a block, a pillow, a blanket for support underneath your right hip if you feel like the hips aren't level in this stretch. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths to let us fully sink down, maybe so deeply that the chest can reach down onto the floor. You can walk your hands out in front of you, or maybe place one palm on top of the other as a little pillow for your forehead. Again, relaxing as much as you can. It's a really deep stretch. If you're finding it's hard to relax, focus on the breath. Again, use the breath as a tool to create peace. Peace of mind and peace of body. Peace of body, peace in your body. Let's take one more full breath in. Take it to the deepest point of your stretch as you exhale. Stay for the full exhale. And then just as you're pulling breath in, start to lift up out of the pose. Press into the palm. Tuck your left toes under. Kick your right heel up and back, 3-leg dog, maybe a counter stretch, bend the knee, let the hip fan open. And then we'll meet in our down dog. Nice and slow, let the right foot plant alongside the left. On your inhale, kick your left heel to the ceiling, to the sky. Exhale, left side half pigeon. So again, left knee behind your left wrist. Left ankle pulls toward the right wrist as far as you can while it still feels like a nice, safe, comfortable stretch through the body. Maybe a support system underneath your left hip. Peek back over that left or that right leg. Leg is relaxed, toes are untucked. Come up onto your fingertips. Inhale to lift the chest as high as you can. On your exhale, slowly bend forward, little bit of weight beneath the fingertips, tap the floor with your nose or your forehead. Inhale, with control, lift the chest back up. Again, if that felt easy, a little extra challenge, lift up the palms. Lower, lower, lower. Tap the floor. Inhale, lift back up. And then plant your hands and start to melt right into the pose. So little tricks like that added into the poses help us build strength so we can take the poses deeper tomorrow or the next day whenever we jump back in. So we're really starting to slow down here. See if you can control the breath, taking it a little tiny bit slower with each breath cycle, bringing the heart rate down, settling down. Maybe if you're taking the pose really deep, again, a little pillow, one palm on top of the other, forehead rests on your hands. Another moment of peace, another big breath in. Surrender as fully as you can into the pose on your breath out. Slowly, lazily, let's start to come out of the pose, press into the palms, tuck your right toes under. Inhale into your three-leg dog. Take that counter stretch if it felt good. Bending the knee wide open through the left hip. And then carefully, nice and slow, let's meet downward facing dog, our last down dog. A little bit of movement if you'd like, or just stay still, maybe close the eyes. Feels kind of different to close the eyes when you're upside down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. On your inhale, lift up your heels, look between your thumbs. And then we're just going to drop onto the knees. So you can be at the top of your mat, middle of the mat, anywhere. Keep the hips lifted up. So we're taking a gentle camel pose, not looking to push really deep here. Just one last back bend to open the heart and strengthen the spine before we lay flat. Take the hands, press them into the small of your back so your fingertips can be facing down like they're sliding into your back pocket, or they can be facing up toward your shoulders if there's that flexibility in your wrist. So either way, it's really nice support on your inhale. Lift up really tall from the knees through the crown of your head. And then on your exhale, think about lifting up and back with the chest. Your palms press into the hips to remind you to stay long through the low back instead of dumping into it, crunching those bones together to bend deeper. We don't need to go deep. We just want to be open. So open through the front body and through the back. Nice long length through each vertebrae. Take one more breath in. And then so slowly start to lift up and out of the pose. Let the hips drop down toward your heels. Let the chest fall over the knees. And then hands just reach alongside your heels. This is a child's pose variation or rock pose. You can just hang out here for a moment. If you want to add a little extra counter stretch to your spine, clasp your heels with your hands. And then start to press the low back up to the sky. You feel your hips lift up off of your heels. Forehead presses down. The tension between the hands and the shoulders will open up the whole backside. All right, release your hips down. Lift up the chest. You can just roll over onto your seat. Extend your legs long in front of you. Reach your fingertips forward, take a breath in, sit nice and tall on your exhale, melt down into your final rest. Let the body get nice and open, bring the heels outside the edges of your mat, let your arms open wide, palms face the sky, starfish up and open. Just a few moments to find stillness through the body. A lot of balance today. We really pushed it, so give the body some love with some stillness. Release the control of the breath. See if you can let your mind just fizzle into blankness. Even just one moment. And we'll start to reactivate the fingers, the feet, bending and straightening, or flexing and pointing the feet, clenching, releasing fists. Take a full body stretch, reach your arms overhead, point your toes, get nice and long. Hug your knees into your chest. We're gonna rock up into a comfy, easy seat. One last breath together. On your inhale, reach your arms up overhead. We're reawakening after our final rest. Let the hands come through heart center. And we are finished. Thank you guys for powering through that with me. A big balanced fueled power flow to round out our year. And we'll jump right back into it in January. So